With all the hype out there about the Monticello nuclear power plant leak, I thought it was time to put out some good information that will help contextualize all of this. Now, when you talk about units, it can be really easy to spin things up. For example, if you say there was less than an Olympic-sized swimming pool of water that leaked, that doesn't sound so bad. But when you say it was 400,000 gallons, then it sounds bad and then it sounds newsworthy. And so something that sounds newsworthy doesn't necessarily mean that it has a health risk unless you actually talk about the dose potential. Some examples are you could say, oh, well, naturally you have about 5,000 becquerels of natural potassium radioactivity in your body. Now, does that sound bad? Maybe if you're scared of radioactivity, but what is the dose potential? It's around 10 milligram per year. Now, is that scary? Well, the answer is no, but that is a discipline called health physics where we look at risks from public doses. When it comes to the Monticello leak, some things to help contextualize that without looking at the numbers are to say, well, it would take about 1,000 liters of that water to have the same radioactivity that you have in a standard exit sign. Those have tritium in them so that they're naturally luminescing from the tritium radioactivity. And you're not supposed to throw those away, but people do, right? And one exit sign would be equal to about 1,000 liters of that water. And that would go to a sanitary landfill if a building owner threw that exit sign away. And so it's not a great deal of radioactivity, but you can easily spin it, right? You can say, oh, there are thousands, or maybe you could say, depending on the units you choose, right, millions of picocuries per liter. That sounds pretty scary, but the level that you have is easy to put units that make it sound scary, when in fact the dose potential, the risk, is negligible and not worth any kind of real concern if it's a very small fraction of background dose potential. How much money should you spend to avoid something like that? It's easy to get that spun up because of the fear that people have with nuclear energy.